Who needs drugs when you have depth of field? Depth of field is a setting that practically blurs everything that's not really in the center of the camera, kind of like simulating the human eye. As you can see right now, if you just look at Austria's flags, I mean, whoa. I think it's great. It's like I really am looking through the eyes of a 200-year-old constantly drunk lizard. By the way, this is Synoptic and I'm doing a commentary for a 2 vs 2 battle for Empire Total War. This battle does not concern me. It involves a clanmate of mine, Blonkers TLG, the Last Guards clan. He's playing as the United States, and so is his opponent. The difference is Blonkers is using a really conservative build, as opposed to his opponent, his direct opponent, who's using a lot of legions of the United States. I think 5. Now Prussia over here on the right, the top left, is practically spamming Prussian Jaegers. He's got 8 of them. Seeing, putting up stakes now. Now the reason I want to post this is because Blonkers' teammate, who is just a random guy, we don't get his name because he disconnects. He's using a Windbush and Grenza spam, and he disconnects about now. So Blonkers practically kills both armies, opposing armies by himself. First contact is initiated by Blonkers, noticing his teammate is already disconnected. He must defeat his opponent as fast as possible. He does this by using a throwaway unit, light infantry over here, to absorb main fire from the middle, as well as making a very aggressive push down the middle. He'll eventually use his light infantry as well as long range down the middle to attack his entire midsection, as well as flanking attacks by cavalry. This will destroy the right flanks, allowing further pushes on his flanks. So initially a middle attack, followed by flanking. Although on this side he's forced to collapse his flank due to the heavy numbers of United States units here. As I said before, his opponent is using a lot of legions who are light infantry, and he's also reinforced by Prussian Jaegers. Prussia is able to reinforce the US here because Austria, the AI, is just being an idiot right now. We're going to see some pretty foolish things by the AI. Well, actually, you can see right now, he's kind of just advancing slowly as hell, like setting up a defense in the woods, even though no one's coming at him yet. So, as we can see, his Blonkers has to collapse his flank temporarily. This will open up a nice big flank here, as you can see, and in the background you can see Blonkers and cavalry. So he's set up a nice little flanking force to attack. This will destroy the Prussian Jaegers here, as well as pull in all heavy cavalry here, consisting of mostly Prussia's Garde du Corps and Household Cavalry of the US. Okay, so on the left flank, Blonkers set up a flanking force as I just said, and he countered that with a cavalry charge. That also pulled a lot of cavalry over here, so that makes a huge shooting range for Blonkers on the left. Now the first incredibly stupid thing by the AI happens right about now. The only explanation for me is that the Austrian captain here, of this light dragoon, gets a leg cramp or something and decides to just dismount his horses and then walk it off in the middle of a firefight in between the US nations. So here they are, they're just getting off their horses. So not only is they're just blocking Blonkers here, they're just obstructing the entire fight, and they're just, I don't even know what they're doing, they're just gonna run away now. I'd like to say something stupid, but this is stupid enough. I've never seen this happen. So there's another unit here. I think this one's gonna dismount as well. There are a lot of leg cramps among this company. I wanna get off the pony. Off the pony. I don't wanna ride the pony anymore. This must have been so annoying. Okay, so over here there's a lot of fighting still going on. So with the cavalry, he practically sacrifices cavalry Blonkers just to force this huge mound here just to shoot at with his collapsed flank. That is going to result in heavy losses for both Prussian reinforcement and United States of the opponent. Okay, here's Austria again. I think Austria gets about 300 kills in total. So they're just going to run around with their Windbush Jaegers, not actually shoot anything at all. So this is pretty skillful. I want to say something stupid, but I can't. It's just too much. But back to Blonkers' fight. He's still continuing with the plan I said before. It's middle push, as well as double flank attacks. Okay guys, my leg cramp's ready. I think I'm okay now. Let's go. Terrible. Terrible. Don't come back. Major reason for the opponent's United States team, their downfall, was because of the heavy reliance on light infantry. Once a melee is engaged, they just fall apart. They can't do anything. because the light infantry and long range can't really fight up close, especially against cavalry. They just tear them apart. So on the right and the left, Blonkers did cav charges, as we saw. And after an assault like that, there's not much they can do. All they can really do is fall back and shoot again. Here's some more awesome tactics from the AI. They just saw these stakes and decided to run into them. Hey, that looks sharp. Let's touch it. Oh, that one got free. And more amazing tactics. Here's the AI Austria's assault on Prussia. See, a true player goes close range with long range units, and he doesn't actually stop to shoot, he just keeps going. This is actually a morale thing. If you get really close to your opponent, you actually make them rout. You see these feather thingies on their heads? That just destroys morale for the Prussians. That's their main weakness, feather heads. What are they even running at? Oh man, it would be so funny if infantry could die from stakes as well, just watching all these wind machines just run into stakes. Oh, not the routing. So, this was the first contact area, with both the United States fighting. The opposing United States is now routing, in total rout. Blonkers is now moved to the left here to cater towards the advancements of Prussian and remnant United States forces. There's only like one long rifle left for the opposing United States. And seeming as how Austria the AI just ran directly at Prussia without actually firing, they were disposed of quite easily, which allows the full reinforcement by Prussia. So to start things off, Blonkers will start doing a flank defusal. There's a massive flanking body here, consisting of Prussian Jaegers, but he's going to enter melee with the Marines. That'll take advantage of the pretty good melee stats compared to Jaegers, which are terrible. And this lone unit of Marines will eliminate both Prussian Jaeger units, both of them. So after defusing the right flank maneuver by the opponent, he placed multiple units in the middle, so that allowed a busting of the middle, and that left the left side, which was, or the opponent's right side, which was the strongest point. Now the AI does something okay here, and that's distraction. So he's got this one light infantry unit. He's got a Grenzer too, but I don't think they do anything, they'll just die. So taking care of the middle, busted them in two, so these Prussian Jaegers are now torn apart. What that results in is the morale effect of being left alone. So any chance these Prussian Jaegers had is just gone at this point. Not to mention foot artillery at the end of the very game. This is extremely powerful here. So he left the left side here. You can see these guys wavering just after that volley of the foot artillery. Extremely powerful end game. So we left the left side, or the opponent's right side, because they were the easiest to shoot with the artillery. So very articulated in this assault. Very useful in attacking a force much larger than yours. Okay, yeah, I was right with his Grenzers. They just kept running. So they're doing their fun run or whatever, just going through the battle. Much like those light dragoons. Leg cramps all around, eh? As it's becoming pretty obvious now, this whole map is just full of corpses. I mean, they're just everywhere. So he had to acknowledge at the point when they did make contact, these two nations, there were virtually twice as many Prussians. A lot of the units that Blonkers had routed have come back now, and he still has more men, even the routing units coming back. So he's got 3 units, I think, of infantry. Yeah, 3 line infantry, and a long rifle just absorbing some fire right about now. So he's going to be relying on the artillery now. This is last hope at this point. Because when you're so low in numbers, you can't really do much more maneuver. Blonkers then employs a delaying tactic, because again, on the right side, Prussia has some flanking forces, again. So, to stop this from happening, he just engaged his long rifles into melee with the Prussian Jaegers. Sustained artillery fire and holding of the line allows Prussians to be rerouted, and with the charge of those long rifles, diffuse the right flank maneuver of the opponent, so they're all that's left now. Just 2 Prussian Jaegers, and he's going to be running away for a while. I think this battle goes for another 10 minutes. And here's the final unit after just running everywhere across the map. You can see the little clock on the top right, it's a fair bit more shady because so much time has been passed. So what we saw here was a lot of maneuver here. It says me as the top, that's just because I'm playing the replay. It's not me. So Blonkers had to do flanking maneuvers as well as defusal when he was outnumbered, which is a pretty good tactic, very effective against a player who might not be ready for it, because that just forces them to move again with their flanking unit, rendering them useless. As well as a lot of artillery usage, practically in the endgame, with focus fire down the middle, very damaging on morale, coupled with line fire, can be very damaging. So a good game to Easy Man, Frasner, and very good game to Blonkers. Thanks for watching.